What's up, y'all? Thank you for clicking on the video and welcome back to the channel, Wild Mike. We're back at it. Thank you for everybody who commented and voted. Thank you for Teal for shouting out the Sharks. I was narrowing it down just to the Islanders and the Kraken in my mind. That's what I said at the last episode. But with Teal's comment, I decided to throw in a couple other teams in there, and thank you for everyone who voted. It started off hot with the Islanders up on everybody, but you guys asked, and you will receive. And I have I'm excited to do this rebuild. I've done it before, but I did it in a crazy, trading everything and what you normally do when you do a franchise mode. But with this one, we are going. We're going to start it off here. We're going to go. We're going to go to the team. I was also thinking on maybe we just sim the first season and pick it up after that, But in this universe, we're starting out at the start of the 24-25 season. That's where we're going to start off, just like this game. That's where we're going to go from instead of trying to build up the guys' potential and all that. We're just going to start it off with how the team comes. That's what we're going to do. And with the winner of all the votes, we are going to the Shark Tank, picking the San Jose Sharks. Thank you for everyone. Thank you for the comments, JW and Teal. Let's get this rolling. San Jose Sharks, here we go. Division alignment, we're going to leave all the divisions the same. We're finally out of the East. We're in the West. We're in the Pacific Division here, going up against all the other teams. The Kings are an upcoming team. Edmonton's contender. Anaheim, they're always in between. Calgary, they have a good roster. Seattle, they have a good roster. Vancouver, good roster. Golden Knights, they're a contender. We're in 82 overall. Same overall as Chicago. So, overall wise, on paper, we should be tied for worst team in the West. Going to the East here, we all know these two teams over here. So technically, looking at overall wise, we should be the top or the bottom two. Well, the top two worst teams in the whole NHL, system. So let's continue going into the career. This is how I always set it up: owner mode off, edit coaches edit lines off, player morale off. The way we're trading and stuff like that. Fog of War. The only game that's good on is in EAFC. Used to be FIFA, if you didn't know. Another thing I wish NHL did is a start today date, just like they have in EAFC. If they have it in another EA game, why not have it in this game? They have it in Madden. Come on, have it in this game. 2K has it. But enough ranting for that. Let's get in and start this franchise. Just like before, we're keeping the scoring engine medium. It's about the same. Draft class quality, medium. Prospects, there's going to be more chance of franchise or elite potential later in the drafts. And shot frequency at high, just like before. And for attribute effects, we are going to slide it up to 8. And we're going to leave it at that. And boom, here we are. September 14th, going back in time of 2024. We do have the latest rosters for NHL, so it is May 12th is the last roster update for this team. So we're going to go on over to roster moves, get this team set up, talk over it just a little bit. Georgiev and Romanov are the goalies for San Jose. Not the greatest goalies. You do have Askarov in the system. We are going to bring him up right away. Georgiev is the backup. Askarov is going to be the starter. Typically, Yaroslav Askarov doesn't simulate very well ever, anytime I've had him. But right now, we are going to keep him. He will be our starting goalie. Defense-wise, we're going to roll it just like this. I know we have a couple people in the system. Jack Thompson, we're going to bring him up, have him play right away. Sam Dickinson, we're going to go over potential in a minute here. We're going to do this. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can get rid of somebody, send them down. There we go. Send him down. Right wingers, going through the system, we have a lot of right wingers here. Colin Graff, a decent potential player, bottom 9 forward in the system that we can work with. But Toffoli, he does have a no trade clause contract. We will go over contracts in a second. We're just setting up this team for the year, going into the system. Boom, boom. Center-wise, Logan Couture did retire at the end of the season in real life, so I was going to keep him on the team, but I may trade him. Just we'll go over cap and the possibilities of this team in the future. I am thinking on, we're gonna bring up Walker and keep what's his name. If it seems a little slow, I always do all my recordings in one go. I always do that, just like authentic, it's authentic. Just, everything's is taken in one go. So this is what the roster is looking like right now, with our forwards, the defense, and everything. Not the best team. Our first line is definitely somebody's second line, but we have really good young prospects, and then the veteran Tyler Toffoli on that line, an old Devil King. So, not bad. We have pretty much no second line. I mean, we do have Logan Couture on that second line, but you do have Will Smith. May or may not keep him. He is a decent second line center. I mean, yes, he is an elite. He will grow. Logan Couture, either or, we can have play center as of right now. I don't know exactly what the move is for this team. We can trade people in the future. Just seeing how this team plays out. I really don't know what's going to happen. Mark Vlasic, he's been on this team the longest out of everyone, 20 years. That's a long time, his whole entire career. He still does have 2 years left, and he only wants to go to 3 teams, the Bruins, Canadiens, and Blackhawks. Getting rid of him, I will retain half of his salary. It will be to a contending team, so either the Canadiens or Bruins, depending on how that's going. We do have people that can play in the system. Power play, we're not going over any of the rosters or anything like that. The only games we sim are going to be the preseason, just to advance into the regular season. No games will be actually viewed or anything like that to see how this team plays. That will be in the regular season. But this is the starting lineup. If we win 30 games, I'll be surprised with this team. I say the under of 30. The AHL team's pretty good. A bunch of mid-70s down there. Defense is pretty good with a bunch of mid-70s. And hell, they have a 78 overall goalie in there. Aaron Dell, an old goalie, but still a 70 overall in that aspect. Free agency wise, I forget who's on free agency at the beginning of each start of the new I would say season, air quotes, but no one to really make a huge dent into this team and possible future of it. Really, just a bunch of place fillers, not place fillers, but depth player. Carter Hart, obviously, not going to sign him. If you don't know, look it up. But now, time to talk over this team. We do have $23 million in cap going into the next year. We'll look at that through contracts. But just looking at what we have with this team so far. In the system, absolutely no goalies. We have no goalies. Gorgiev, decent backup. His contract will be out at the end of this year. Askarov, I'm going to re-sign anyway. We could have him for a little bit. Romanov, going to be a good backup defense-wise. Ferrero and Ruta, Liljegren, Vlasic, he has a modified no trade clause, but a couple years, On Ferreira, I'm going to keep him. Liljegren, going to keep him. They're good, not first line center defenseman, but second line D pair. Ruda, probably going to trade him away at the trade deadline. Definitely, just to try to get back as many draft picks as possible. They're going to be depth picks, but we do have our first and San Jose's, a couple of seconds, a third, a couple of fourths, 2 seconds next year from San Jose and Oilers going down here, a couple of seconds, no third, a couple of fourths. So any of the trades that I will be doing, the picks will be very far in the future just to set us up with a lot of depth picks going that way. Vlasic, like I said, will be to one of the contending teams. Thompson going to keep Desharnais. I'm may or may not keep him. Thrun, I'm going to keep him. Mook, I know how to say that name. Shakir, I'm going to keep him right now. Good depth player. Same thing with Luka. We have Sam Dickinson, who hopefully he gets to a good overall. I've never seen him really progress very well. So maybe Marin may not trade him, but after that, no one in the system pretty much. So we have one elite and then three decent defensemen that could possibly be coming up. All left defensemen who can play right. So versatile. The best. I forget what the saying is, but the best something is availability. It's from a football player. Toffoli, he does have 4 years left on his deal at $6 million. I'm going to ask him to waive his no trade clause. If he doesn't do that, I have no problem losing him. But at 32, he does have some help to this team with veteranship and as an 86 overall. But capitalize on that. That's at like maybe a second or a third round pick right there. Just free up the cap room. We're gonna have a lot of money to hit free agency, and yeah, that's my plan right now. Free agents, a lot of them. Eklund, same thing. Going to not trade him, but re-sign him. Goodrow, possibly just keep him on the fourth line. Just a good depth person. I'm not going to get anything for that unless I buy him out. But we do have Musty, which also I rarely see get to a really good overall. I hope he can progress. I just went over right wing completely, but no depth really out of right wing. We have a possibility here with Casper, but not really. Left wing, you got Musty. I rarely see him get to a good overall. Same thing with Igor over there. Now centers, Couture. He has 3 years left on $8 million. I will absolutely retain all of that. He wants to go to 3 teams: Hurricanes, Oilers, and Maple Leafs. Yes, he's been on this team. Yes, he's retired in real life. But in this universe, to see him get a ring, I have no problem at the trade deadline trading him to one of those 3 teams that have a possibility of playoff. Well, they are in the playoffs, because most likely all 3 teams will be in there, and I will eat all the salary. I don't care. Out of one of the people in the NHL, I would have loved to see Logan get a ring as a player. Hopefully one day as a coach. Same thing for Dallas. Dallas has already lost the Western Conference Finals, so it's a rematch of 2024 Stanley Cup. Logan, would have loved to see him get a cup, especially when it was 2016 when they went against the Penguins, when they went for their back-to-back, or the start of their back-to-back, because I don't totally remember off the top of my head, but I know the Penguins played San Jose and the Predators for those 2. I could be wrong, but I'm trying to go off the top of my head. I'm not looking at any stats here. But yeah, Logan, trade him to one of those 2 teams. Wenberg, honestly, I don't know who's going to want to trade for him out of all these teams. So who knows? Will Smith, like I said, I've done one of these franchises before. I'm going to keep him right now. He's a medium lead. I would like to see what he does. Gregor, probably let him walk at the end of the season. Delandria, probably keep him, because a possibility of a top player probably just going to be a bottom six fill-in. Same thing for Thomas. Lund, maybe. I mean, they have, decent filler spots for center, but that's where it ends there. We have a good amount of prospect. It's just this team needs to turn some of this prospects into players that are going to help win. But this is a long-term rebuild. We are sellers right now. This team's probably going to be sellers for a couple seasons, probably 2 to 3. I mean, at the end of this season, yeah, you have pretty good free agents that you could possibly sign in the upcoming season, just like in real life. Like you can sign Mitch Marner, but I don't need more playmakers. I need scorers. I need snipers. I need people who are going to actually put the puck in the back of the net. Not saying that these guys can't. It's just, we need that chemistry for that top line. Contracts, we went over it already through that. It's just, that's how it is. And coaches, I have absolutely no problem with Rorofsky. I am going to keep him. We are going to grow through this. Ryan, we are going to get through this because he has every coaching stat that you possibly want, and he's 36. It's a young team with a young coach with every attribute that you want. It's just a matter of getting the team around him. He's already won a Calder Cup. Let's get him a Stanley Cup. Let's get him a President's Trophy. Let's try to get him a Jack Adams, because no matter how many times I've done this game, I've never won a coach's trophy. So let's try to get that with him. Scouts, I will tackle that so you don't have to see that. I will tackle it, obviously, moving these guys into the amateur spots so they can start scouting immediately. And then, where is it? Going down here, where is the draft class? The draft class, obviously, it's the Schaefer draft, but the game has Lundberg, Sokolov. Wow, I'm butchering the hell out of that. And Jalen Keene out of the East. So we have 3 generated names here. You still have Beckman. You got Spence, another Eklund. So Martone, Misa, McQueen, the typical names that they have in here. It's just a matter of where this team is. Ideally, we get in the top 3 with this team, so we have a pick of any of these 3. Hopefully, somebody's a sniper out of one of these guys, or we take Matthew, or a good defenseman. That's what this team is missing. Or we trade for one. But right now, this draft is a very forward-heavy draft, so we might just have to go with that. But we are going to pick a scorer, or a two-way, or power forward, somebody to put the puck in the back of the net. But that is just talking about this team. Any of the trades or anything are going to happen later in the season. We're just going to get down the line, see how this team is playing, get playing time for the star players as much as possible, as fast as possible. So like Eklund, Celebrini, Smith, get them all on the power plays. No penalty kills. Try to get their plus minus as good as possible. But it's all about stopping the pain here in San Jose. For the last 2 years, they've been the league worst. They've finished 32nd. 2022, they finished 29th. I mean, it's been pretty much a bottom 5 team for the last 5 years. In 2018, they finished 6th. They did lose in the conference finals. But other than that, it's been just pain for this team. They did lose in 15-16 in the Stanley Cup, but after that, it was round 1, round 2, conference finals, and they haven't qualified since 2018-2019. They've only won above 30 games once in 2021-22. Other than that, they haven't scored much. They've had terrible goal against ratio. They've just frankly sucked. They've won only 12 games this year at home. They've only won 20 games this year. That's the lowest. I don't remember in how long. It's just this team has fallen off from where they used to be, even though they weren't. They didn't win any cups. They used to qualify. They were in the playoffs. How many years in a row here? From '03 to 10 years in a row they were in the playoffs, and I remember those years when they were finishing number one in the conference, and they were real contenders, and they were just getting bad puck bounces, but they were going up against the prime Kings and the Blackhawks and Vancouver with the Sundins. Like, they were going up against really challenging good teams. It's been pain. It's been pain for such. I mean, I wouldn't say a long time. Like, you're a Buffalo fan, you know exactly what it is. You're an Islander fan. Yes, they've made the playoffs a lot the last 5, 6, 7 years. It's just talk about the 20 plus years before that, though. We're trying to get this team into something. We need this team to try to get number one again. Just try to get this team into the playoffs. That's what I'm hoping. That's the first thing, is to try to get above 500 in the next 3 years. To get above 500, that's including overtime losses, and then after that, it is trying to get this team in the playoffs in the next, I would say, 4 to 5 years to a playoff team. I mean, it might be quicker than that, but like in real life, that's probably what the timeline is. Above 500 in the next 3 years, playoffs in the next 5, and then from 5 on to be a contender each year. I'm talking conference finals, 7 games, possibly Stanley Cup. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm actually going to leave it here. We are going to pick up here in the true episode. This is just the breakdown. Welcome to the Shark Tank. Talking about the team, talking about how they've sucked in the past few years, but talking about what we have planned for this team and the vision. I envision Celebrini here being here for a while. Eklund being that teammate to him. Even though he's a playmaker, I've seen it where I can get him to become a sniper more than a playmaker and having him score more. But right now, I see this being Eklund and Celebrini's top line. Will Smith being that right behind him center. Just being that solid line too. Sometimes playing in on the top line if you move him over with Eklund. But I have high hopes for this team. I hope you do too. I appreciate all the love, feedback, votes, and everything. It means a lot. I'm excited for San Jose Sharks getting this team ready and rolling in this universe, trying to win as many Stanley Cups as possible. We failed. Well, you didn't fail. I failed with the Birmingham Stampede. I am continuing that one on my own. Seems kind of fun. If you want, I will do like an update video if you would like. But this video is not about them. It's about San Jose and the possibilities of this team this year. Probably another 20-win season, maybe 25 at most. But it's setting up this team up for the future, getting good draft picks in the next 2 years, possibly making trades for defenseman or goalie, just maybe a huge signing, who knows. But thank you for clicking on this video. I will see you in the first episode. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.